Governor Abbott joins me now from the Del Rio sector of our border, where the Ingram angle reported a few years ago. Governor, how will you get this wall built without the help of the federal government?
Laura, Texas will build it ourselves. However, tonight is not the night to announce those details. Those details about building the wall will be made next week. We've been through the process, however, of analyzing what it will take, the steps that are needed, the legal processes that are required. We believe that we can do it in a multi-step process.
Governor,
make the fine point up, Laura. Listen, we have to build the border. I've been down here talking to the people in the Rio Grande Valley, and the way they are being overrun is reprehensible. It's disastrous what the Biden administration has done. President Trump had adequately secured our border. He had the Remain in Mexico policy. He began building the border wall, and now suddenly all of that disappeared. And as you highlighted, it's led to a dramatic increase in the number of people coming across the border. But it's not just unaccompanied minors. People who are causing great damage and harm to the residents right here in Del Rio, as well as up and down the entire border. As a result, that's why I announced tonight a multitude of actions that Texas is taking, including the fact that Texas passed a budget adding more than $1 billion for border security in the state, which is a good start. But Laura, also announced that Texas is going to begin increasing arrests that are being made, arresting people coming across the border, arresting people for trespassing. And because I've declared it a disaster, that elevates the penalty, ensuring that people that we arrest for trespassing, they will be serving time in jail. We're going to take this very seriously. We're going to do everything possible to secure our border, including building a border wall.
Governor Abbott, at some point, I think we all have to ask ourselves as Americans, is this a willful refusal to do what we know works? I mean, Kamala Harris a couple days ago said, oh, there's no quick fix. It's a complex issue. Go to the root problems. Go to Central America. Give them more money. But we actually know what works, but they refuse to do those things. Given that, do you believe this is purposeful on the part of the administration, allowing this many people to come into our country?
I feel certain that it is willful, it is purposeful, it's wanton disregard for the border laws, for the immigration laws, for the border communities, for, candidly, anybody in the United States of America. The Biden administration has abandoned the border, any pretense of border security, any pretense of enforcing our immigration laws. They've laughed it off just the exact same way that the vice president laughed it off in our interview the other day. And so it is a joke to the Biden administration. But we're not taking it as a joke in Texas. We're going to step up and respond the way we must respond to secure the sovereignty of our state, to prevent the invasion that's taken place in front of our very own eyes.
And Governor, speaking of laughing it off, as you described, the vice president continues to embrace her role overseeing the border. This was a cringeworthy dodge tonight by her. Watch.
I've said I'm going to go to the border. And
when are you going to the border, Vice President?
The administration has asked. I'm not finished. I've said I'm going to the border.
She gets very snippy there. I mean, she's had, 80-something days, and she hasn't visited. She hasn't visited any part of the border, and she kind of gets. She doesn't like being asked hard questions. She gets very uncomfortable, and she kind of blows it off and insinuates that the reporter has an agenda. By the way, I believe that was a Univision reporter.
So they completely don't care about the border at all. And they try to brush it aside as much as they possibly can. They ignore it, and they haven't come here. They haven't talked to us. They don't want to do anything for us. They're fighting us every step of the way. In fact, the Biden administration is now suing me because of actions that I'm trying to take to better secure the state of Texas, to try to crack down on people coming across the border. So they're fighting against Texas's efforts to secure our own border.
Governor, thank you for stepping up. And the people of Texas are spending an enormous amount of their tax dollars to try to secure their state. But that money should ultimately come from the federal government in court. And I'm sure you're looking at all those avenues. But thank you for joining us tonight. We're going to be following this, obviously, as we always have.
Thank you, Laura.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.